don't worry about the long layoff, guys. The longer we wait, the longer Ateneo has to wait for their season to end. Right? Welcome to the Quiver Podcast. Today we'll be talking about the Final Four scenarios, some other rules and happenings around the UAP as we wait for the season to restart with the FIBA break. Thank you for listening. It's fine. Go ahead. I'm Kiko. Say hi, Gio.
Prolonging na ako.
Hi.
Say hi, Brian.
Hello, everyone.
And Vic.
Magandang araw. Anong oras kayo nakikinig? Sorry.
It's our favorite German, si Schadenfreude. Diba?
Prolonging na agon.
Agony. Exactly.
Last game
So-
no? Last game.
Ultimately, last game of the season
Kaya,
talaga.
we're just
Save
gonna
the best
enjoy
for
this.
last eh. Save the best for last.
So everyone, thank you for listening to the Quiver Podcast. Really enjoy your comments. Hope you can subscribe to the channel on both on YouTube and Spotify. Catch us there. Watch out for more episodes, especially as we gear towards the Final Four. So thank you guys. We have a FIBA break ongoing. This is some UAP games about to happen in the next week, which will cement that Final Four picture for us. But first, guys, before we get into that, I'm sure you saw there was some boxing over the weekend. Yan, di ba? Wala ng sports. So if you could call it boxing, di ba? Yung from Netflix last Saturday to si Mike Tyson going against si Jake Paul. So guys, I don't want to talk about the match. Or whatever you call it. I don't want to talk about it. But, interesting question, you guys, to start this episode. If you had to pick one past or present Green Archer to represent us in a hypothetical UAP boxing competition, who would that past or current Green Archer be? I'll start this one, guys. First, I think my pick for this one will be Mac Cardona. Mac. He has he has that length, that reach advantage, diba? Keep it the jab. He has that right swagger and angas for a boxer. And the best of all, he can keep his nickname. Captain Hook. Worked for both basketball and boxing.
May hook.
Oh, my hook, exactly. So, I think that works. How about you, Vic? Who would you pick if you had a hypothetical boxing competition in the UAP?
Ako old school. Rest in peace, Rafa Dinglasa.
Ayan.
Kasi alam ko talagang si Billy Reyes yata yung sinapak ni Rafa Dinglasa ng intercollegiate. nung National Intercollegiate. Yun, kaya proven na he can do it. Kaya sa kanya yung vote ko for this one.
I think yung problem nun kay Vic, kay Rafi is baka mag-forfeit lang ng kalaban eh. Ganun nakakatakot si Rafi, hindi na mapasok ng ring. Yun yung problema doon.
Tama.
Yeah. Brian, who would your pick be?
Kung si Vic old school, ako mag-new school. May nagpa-practice yata for 2025 SEA Games sa current roster si Isaiah Phillips. So, yan yung pick ko. Just
Talaga?
as in, sabi niya, actually, inisip ko ngayon, baka mas may hits na siya ngayon sa ring, basketball, sa boxing ring kasi sa basketball court. So we haven't seen much from him sa court, unfortunately. Pero yun yung inisip ko ngayon.
Yeah. How about you, Gio?
I'm gonna go for another classic. Brian Elad.
Proven yun eh.
Actually, another proven commodity.
Kumbaga, may game tape tayo doon eh. Si Brian Elad.
There's game tape for that.
May game tape, bro. I think we just didn't cop out, guys, yung si Nico Elorde. I think that's the automatic answer. We just didn't go there. Automatic siya yung natin as a play kung may choice tayo. Baka sure win. Lugi yun eh. Exempted yun eh.
Guys, Nico. Sorry, Nico. Sorry, I should have picked you pala. Sorry, Nico.
Hindi, given na yun.
Kasi given yun. Pati may merong ensayo talaga yun, may ensayo.
Kaso ang tanong, in a green versus blue, saan siya?
Kung may alumni match, di ba? Saan siya?
Siya yung tagatunog na lang ng bell. Pagka
mag-referee na lang siya.
Sa Elorde Sports Complex. Sa Elorde Sports Complex na lang nila gawin yung laban para may kita.
Yung host. Actually, good point yun, Vic. we talked about this before during the Olympics, so we can talk about this again. Do you think it'd be great for the UAP to have a boxing competition?
I think napag-usapan na natin to before in one
Yeah.
of our episodes.
During the Olympics, yeah.
Dagdag, diba? Yeah, during the Olympics. Ako okay pa din. Pero I think there were some listeners, viewers na nag-comment na medyo hindi sila since it's a collegiate event. Siguro I think wala pa rin sa USNCAA. So parang hindi pa sila open into it. Pero still, yun nga, it's still kung nag-aalaw ka ng combat sport, 'di ba? Like judo, taekwondo, 'di ba? Na may
Nasa Olympics rin naman, 'di ba?
Hindi, pati may tama din sa katawan yun eh. So kung medyo conservative, di magsuot ng mga headgear. Di ba dati sa amateur boxing may ano ka pa eh.
Headgear pa.
May
Tapos point system.
Yes, di ba? Similar with how the taekwondo similar to how the taekwondo tournament is being held ngayon, di ba? Sa UAAP may mga headgear din naman sila. So I guess pwede naman nating i-apply yun and see what happens kasi yun nga rin naman. Although may danger yata na walang boxing sa next Olympics sa LA, no? Tama ba?
Yeah, wala.
Yun yung nila eh. So
yun
lang. I'm not sure how it will affect the push, knowing na hindi natin siya pwedeng katasan for medals in the next Olympics. We shall see after LA 2028, no? Kung may
2020,
2032.
yeah. Yep.
Kung may boxing pa din kasi kung medyo matatagalan na hindi makabalik ang boxing sa international competition. So yun, I'm not sure anong epekto ng push na yan.
Right. How about you, Brian? How fun would an Athena Lasal boxing match be in the UAAP?
Baka, ang tanong, limited lang ba dun sa nasa ring yung boxing? O baka meron mag-aamulan sa labas. Pero parang di na yata Ateneo ngayon eh. Parang iba na yata yung pwede magdama sa boxing. So,
ang tawag doon, Brian, Hell in a Cell na yun eh. Hindi na yun boxing siguro pag sila.
Royal Rumble na kasi iba-iba na. Ang dami ng
Tapos Brian, pwede manghampas ng FPG gano'n.
Oo.
Haampasin ka ng FPG gano'n.
I think pag sila kalaban yung Riot Police muna yung kalaban nila bago yung UAP schools. That'll be baka yung totoong rivalry. How about you, Gio? If ever there was a boxing match, a UAP boxing match, do you think they would fly? Do you think it would work?
You know what? I actually think it will work. Pero aminin ko, it will be more entertainment and less about the sport. Eh. Quite frankly, I don't think the UAP stands for that. Yeah. I mean, ang hirap eh. I think it's hard. I think it's very hard to execute something like that. So, I get it. It's difficult, yeah.
But like to Vic's point though, yung judo, taekwondo, combat sports rin yun minsan, diba? So it might be in the same field. I think interesting. I think the old NCA may boxing dati. Back in the 20s. I think there was boxing back then in the 30s. Yeah. If I read that correctly. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comments.
Pero feeling ko talaga like I'm sorry to if it disoffends anyone, pero feeling ko talaga more entertainment siya din than an actual sport at this point in time at least.
Okay. And I think that'll be interesting, I'm sure, in terms of, diba, yung spectacle. I'm sure there'll be volunteers and tryouts from other sports just to join that competition. Okay. Guys, all right, moving on to the UAP. Before we go into the Final Four picture, guys, our last game against NU, there was some discussion after but did LaSalle, we lost that final elimination game to NU. It was a non-bearing game for us, non-bearing game for NU. We had the twice to beat, that first seed already secured. So there's discussion. Did LaSalle really give it all, or did they allow us to, give us enough leeway that we allowed us to lose that game, or we weren't totally 100% in it? There was this kind of discussion going around, LaSalle circles. Vic, do you think there is some credibility to that thought that LaSalle didn't totally go all out in that final game versus NU?
I think sa pinag-uusapan naman natin to kanina, I think merong leeway. Merong leeway for us to mag-experiment a little bit sa rotation, but just like what I said, parang siguro nagkulang lang tayo sa awareness na pwede mag-in between game rather than it's either we go for a layup or we go for an open three. Yun lang siguro, nagkulang lang tayo sa ganong awareness on offense. Pati outlier din naman na maglaro ka sa Q-Pub. Hindi ako naniniwala. Ang hirap mag-sub kasi based from what we've seen last Wednesday, hindi pumasok sa utak ko na may ilalaglag natin yung laro talaga. Sorry. I mean, I respectfully disagree to those people saying that wala talaga, hindi ko makitaan talaga ng ganun. Ano lang talaga din, it was an off day for us, and yun lang, we just lack awareness on what we could have done more on offense on that game.
Right. How about you, Bri? Do you think, I'm not sure if LaSalle really wanted to lose that game, but do you think there's a bit of experimentation, Coach Topex, and he changed the rotation a bit during that game, but he did play heavy minutes for some of the stars. What do you think went on there? I think there's a game plan to, we're gonna do this. If we win, fine, but if we lose, it's fine as well.
Siguro, it's also a good game to see if gagana ba yung certain schemes na, for example, if we're just going to drive to the hoop or if we're just going to try our luck from the outside. Alam natin na in that game, only Josh David scored the triple at one point. The rest really flunked, like off day, ganun yung vibe, similar to the UE game in the first round. I wouldn't say na may lack of effort then from the team kasi we still had seven more second chance points against NU. And we also out-rebounded NU. Kung tinapon natin yung game, dapat di na natin na nahabol yung rebounds, diba? Parang sa akin, may effort pa din to get a result. But we also shouldn't take away NU's effort din to game na yun. Kasi nakita natin, NU made their chances count. They know at that point, they know who the players to count on. They went to Palasiello and Figueroa most of the time because they were reading the defense well. Tapos si Trebol Garcia also to close out the first half also showed some flashes of brilliance na alam mo yun, hindi mo na makakalculate, then maybe it's just them trying to prove to their team na we're here next year, ganyan. And actually, to be fair to NU, nakikita ko kasi diba Yui and Adamson yung toss-up natin ngayon sa Final Four. Actually, NU is playing better than either of those two at the moment. Alam ko nanalo yung Adamson sa NU, so it might sound off. Pero at least by what we are seeing over the course of the second round, NU is showing more fight than those two. But we will touch on that later. Siguro yun lang.
Yeah.
To answer the question, mahirap sabihin na you just let it go. Yun nga lang, baka may leeway to take a look at one or two things, and then if it doesn't work, diba, edi try to avoid going there in the upcoming games. Yun siguro yan for me.
How about you? Do you think there was something to that theory that LaSalle didn't give it all during that NU game?
I don't think so. I think for what it's worth, we were put in a privileged position to experiment, to try something new, to try new set plays. And it's quite frankly an easy way out and an excuse to say na hindi, binigay natin yung game na yan. But in reality, the coaches took it as a time to try something new, which was completely in their right. But for KQ to play 31 minutes and to suggest to throw it away, parang hindi siya totoo eh. Like, I don't think the coaching staff would do that eh. And quite frankly, I was a little bit worried about this game Kasi if you remember in the round 1 against NU, medyo chumamba tayo dun
Yep.
And
Yep.
they played most of the game without their import kasi yun nga, dun siya na injured. And I think we've always had a difficult time against NU. And the way Coach Jeff Napa plays has always been, alam mo yun, parang nalulugi tayo sa kanya kasi he has the players to do it, etc. So I don't really think that there's any proof or there's anything to this entire statement na hindi na gano tayo, we gave this away. I don't think so. I think we need to give credit to NU here kasi they played really well, and so QPAV man yan o hindi, the fact is they played well.
Yeah. And you brought up a good point, Gio, that we played our stars. We tried to win that game. I guess you're right as well that we were in a privileged position. Kaya ng UP yan. Yung mga privilege. mga privilege. Diba? Kaya ng UP yan. But you're saying, I think if there was a game 3 of the finals, diba? I think there were some things we would have done differently. It wasn't, diba, it wasn't our 100%. We'll go with, game on the line, diba? Game on the line, series on the line, finals, championship on the line. We wouldn't have gone with that rotation. I think Coach Stoic should have reeled it in. But you're right. That's it. We had the privilege, but that doesn't mean privilege to experiment. That doesn't mean we didn't want to win the game. And that's what showed, diba? Giving Kevin heavy minutes and everything. But given that, before we touch on the UAP, Final Four scenarios, let's go to our Diretsuhan hot take today, brought to you by Blue Fire LPG. LaSalle only made 1-3 during that game against NU. And we've seen that games we've struggled, with making the 3, we've struggled to win those games, diba? So the Diretsuhan hot take question today is, does LaSalle's championship hopes live and die with the 3? Are we reliant on the 3-point shot to win games? Vic, what's your take on that one?
Yes, but ulitin ko ulit. I think if we keep on missing shots from deep, I think we can try pulling in our quantum mid-range game. Alam mo 'yon? Magkaroon lang ng awareness na it's not just about taking shots from deep kasi there are times already na yes, we can compensate it with our second chance points kasi dun tayo nagre-rely din talaga kung hindi tayo makashoot sa labas But then if we can have our in-between games working, especially si Raven, ang ganda ng floater niya. Pag napapasaan siya ni Kevin siya yung modern day Captain Hook natin.
Maganda yung high-low game nila no? Maganda yung
diba?
Yes, very good.
Maganda So, I mean yung ganun na in-between game if we can that work, I think we have a good chance of winning games if kung meron tayong ganong klaseng awareness. So yes, we rely heavily on 3-point baskets, but at the same time, I think we can be conscious as a team, especially the players na pag alam nilang hindi talaga kumakabit from deep, we have other options to go to.
Yeah. Brian, we used to be more confident in our threes than our free throw shooting, diba? But do you think this LaSalle team is reliant on the 3-point shot, and do you think we'll need it to win the championship?
I remember asking Coach Topex about it after the FEU game where we almost lost and pangit din yung shooting natin sa labas. I think part of the system yun as long as it's open and the players have enough confidence in their shot, they will shoot that 3. Kasi diba, they practice it, they work hard for those efforts as he said. And I think okay lang naman, it's really part of our identity in attack. But what I would say we should also focus on is limiting our opponents from benefiting sa labas. Especially Adamson and UE. These are teams that if they get hot sa perimeter, they will keep on going there. And also when we lost to NU sa QPA, we lost by 9 points sa outside shooting. So we converted just 1 and NU converted 4. Therefore, parang yun yung difference yun yung margin ng game. And then there's this game against UST now, we shot 11 threes and then UST shot 10, if I'm not mistaken sa stats, around those figures. So we can, tapos muntik na tayo matalo dun sa game na yan. So parang we can have a
Yeah.
good shooting outing, pero if we cannot defend the opponents then from shooting, naninegate lang din yan. So I think ang pwedeng tutukan dito na stats if merong naghahanap dyan or ng impact is how we also defend the opponents from the outside. Kasi, ayun na nga, pag malamig tayo, edi wag mo painitin yung kalaban sa labas. Kasi like what happened in Game 1 against UP last season. Malamig na nga tayo sa labas, tapos mainit pa sila sa labas. Kaya naging 30 lamang. But then when we found our groove sa Araneta, that's where, tapos yung UP, they kept on trying to tie the game nung down sa Latri, if I remember correctly. So parang, it's down to us to limit their chances. Kasi if you force us to play, if you force them to play mid-range or perimeter, I think we have good defenders that can bother their shots or make their offense more challenging to execute. So, para pag sa labas kasi mas stretch tayo and then that can open players from inside for any opponent that we may face moving forward.
Yeah. There was this portion during the NU game that it was a single possession game that fourth quarter. You're in momentum, and we're forcing that. We were like 3-4 threes, diba? 3 or 4 threes. We were getting the offensive rebound, but we weren't making those 3s and 4s. So I would like to see in future games. I think we're dynamic enough as an offense to find other looks at the basket. We don't need that hero big shot at all. Swerte tayo, Kevin, and other players can deliver on those big shots. But when it's not falling, we may miss 2 or 3. I'm sure there are find other ways to get to the basket, diba? And bring that lead on or take the lead. Gio, how about you? Do you think the 3 ball will be an issue come Final Four?
Yeah, I think it'll be an issue. Pero what we talked about kanina is we can still win a championship even if it doesn't fall. Look at game 1. Then game 1 of last year, diba? Na like yeah, we played really bad. I mean, quite frankly, I've never watched that game ever again. Alam ko si Vic, pinanood niya uli yan eh. Ako hindi ko pinanood.
Pinapanood ko siya kasi parang ang saya.
It makes game 2 and 3 sweeter eh.
Yeah. I don't disagree with that. I just don't like watching it in general.
Pero I just watch game 1 after na natin mag-champion, syempre.
Okay lang yan. So, pero again, if we think about like game 2, we went on a big lead because of Trescandor, of the driving of CJ Austria, and our shots were falling and even Kevin was driving. So basically, the game plan against NU was what we did in game 2 of that finals. The difference now is against NU that did work. Pero if you think about game 3, how many times did we do the mid-range jump shot? Which is similar to how we beat UP the week before via the mid-range jump shot. So, I think it was really a good time to experiment on that na para, sige, let's try to get it out of our system na wag na natin to ulitin sa Final Four and sa finals and to throw bricks, etc. But I will turn it around and say it gave some players the minutes to gain some confidence. And that's okay. Like I think we can still win because we have so much power in our team right now. But they have to make the right decisions on the court, and they'll probably look back at this NU game similar to how we lost against that UE game also. So those 2 experiences will help us better going into the Final Four.
Yeah, and the good thing there, Gio, is you know how sometimes when we're hot from 3, it's like I hope they save some for the next game. Ito man tayong inipan for the Final Four. I don't think we're shooting 1 for 22 again. We're at the 50%, 60% for the next game. So hopefully that's it. But Gio, on that, since you're here, you did say we weren't losing again this season. What happened there? You did.
Okay, wait lang. Okay. Aaminin ko to ha. Ito aaminin ko to in front of everyone. I completely forgot there was a game against NU.
Akala ko na.
Di ko talaga alam may laro. I thought it was gonna be much later. Nagulat na lang ako. I was on the way to the I was on the way to the Dua Lipa concert. Tapos tinext ako ng dad ko, talo Lasal, bobo, ganun. It's like, huh? So I'm like, what? My game ngayon? Then it's like, so I think this doesn't count. In my predictions.
Or ganun ka lang ka-fan ni Dua Lipa na na-forgot na yung NU game. Baka ganun lang yan.
Sige.
Pwede rin.
I'll take that.
One kiss is all it takes. Sabi niya. Di ba? Okay. All right. Guys, now that the South season's over, the UAP's elimination round isn't over. We have teams we have a clear picture now. So let's recap, guys. Who are teams who are out? Ateneo out.
Ateneo
Ateneo out, currently 8th place. Ateneo.
Nag-out na? Nag-out
Blue.
The Blue
Out,
Eagles.
nag-out na.
Blue Eagles. The Blue Eagles out.
Out. FU Tamaraos, sister school ng Ateneo. Pre. Out. Diba? NU also out. UST clinched their place over the weekend. Diba? So, welcome back, Coach Pido, to the Final Four.
Welcome back, Coach Juno, to the Final Four.
Welcome back, Coach Juno, to the Final Four.
Phenomenal turnaround, guys. We have to give it to them. We have to give it to
UST.
them. Phenomenal.
But next year,
Phenomenal
they'll be,
turnaround.
no joke, they'll be stronger next year with
Oh, yeah.
with those players playing in Team B ngayon. Mas sila, mas may players sila next year. So
they're ahead of schedule now, Vic. I didn't expect them to be number 3. Hindi ko na expect yan to be number 3 this year.
Kasi ko sa kanila number 4 eh. Ganun sila. Fighting for that last semi spot sila. Actually, dapat naman ganun eh. Kaya lang di ko alam kung ano nangyari sa UE na all of a sudden they are 1-5 in the second round.
Yep.
So,
Yep.
Yun yung naging problema doon eh. It's not all about UST, but it's all about UE faltering nitong second round ng Olympics.
Diba? Our friends over at UE, beat us in that first round. There was talk of them trying to snag that one of the twice to beat slots, diba? But now they're in the fight for their lives. Yep. So the scenarios are these, guys. A UE win against UP means they're in the Final Four. Adamson is out. A UE loss combined with an Adamson win, it's a playoff for 4th. A UE loss and an Adamson loss means UE likes that 4th slot. We play them in the Final Four, and Adamson is out. So that's the scenario, guys. Brian, first to you. Two questions are what do you expect to happen, but what do you want to happen to the scenarios playing out?
Sige. If pragmatic tayo, unahin ko yung tingin kong mangyayari. I will say UE will lose to UP, just judging by how teams are currently looking at the moment. And then Adamson will also lose to Ateneo, I think. Ateneo is picking up confidence. Some players are also playing for significant roles coming into next season. Adamson will come into this game with pressure. And nakita ko rin from their previous game against Ateneo nung last season when they had the chance to make it to the Final Four. They really just crumbled. So parang I don't want to offend other Adamson fans who are listening or watching to this episode. Pero sabi nga ng girlfriend ko na umaasa na malaglag yung Ateneo last season. Yung Adamson daw mga walang pangarap sa buhay. By the way they're playing.
Grabe naman.
That's harsh, diba? That's what
Grabe.
she said to me. Kasi parang she was wanting Adamson to make the Final for last season. And then nung naglaban Ateneo and Adamson, Ateneo just took the beating out of this Adamson team. So that can actually happen if Adamson doesn't pick their confidence up coming into this game. Kasi diba, ang pangit ng talo nila against UST. They were in it at halftime. And then by the third quarter, wala.
Yeah, terrible third quarter.
They made UST look good they made UST look good in a sense. I mean, UST deserved to take the lead, pero by that manner, parang feeling ko may contribution din yung Adamson na maganda yung UST, pangit Adamson, and that's the end of the contest already. Yan yung tingin kong mangyayari. Syempre yung gusto kong mangyayari is the other way around for the two games. Manalo UE and manalo Adamson. The rationale is pag nanalo UE, at least they can pick themselves up. Although syempre kalaban natin sila. And also that can throw question marks off sa UP kasi talo sila sa game then going into the Final Four. And then pag nanalo Adamson, kahit no bearing na para lang sure na last place Ateneo. Kasi if Ateneo wins that game, I think they'll finish in 6th. I don't want that.
So Gio, I know you're rooting for Adamson, so Ateneo ends up in last place, diba? Yeah, it's been a dream, diba? That's basic, diba?
Yeah.
Gravity
I
yun.
mean, sinong Lasal fan wouldn't do that, okay? Sorry. Sinong Lasal
naman.
fan would? Oo. Diba?
Even with UP now, I'd still want Ateneo 8th place, diba? That's the thing. And the same thing with us. The same way Ateneo would want us at 8th place at all times, diba? Diba? It goes both ways.
But all's fair in love and something. Hindi ko
And
maintindihan.
love and hate, diba?
Oo.
How about you, Gio? Who would rather play? Would you rather play UE or Adamson in the Final Four?
Who would I rather play? UE or
And what do you
right
expect
now?
to happen? And what do you expect to happen? Yeah.
Ako, I would prefer to play Adamson only because of how poorly they've been playing against us specifically
Uh,
against us. Like we literally had their number the whole season. And syempre, usapan dito is yung best path towards the finals, 'di ba? This is wala naman ego dito or anything eh. So that's my hope. That's my hope is that my hope is we play them and it makes it easier for us to secure whatever we need to secure.
yeah. Plus bonus na last play Ateneo. That's the other one. Yung bonus lang yan. How about you, Vic? Are there any concerns of play if UE does make that Final Four? Are there any concerns with you given our 2 games with them this year? And what do you think will happen in the Final Four picture? Who do you think gets that final slot?
I think first question is the Final Four is still a whole different ball game.
Yeah.
So I'm not sure. To be honest, I'm not sure how UE or Adamson will react pagdating ng Final Four given their performances this season. So hindi naman sa pagyayabang, I think we do have enough na experience and confidence, not being overconfident, but mas mas kalmado tayo sa sarili natin going into a Final Four game or a playoff game na mas alam natin kung ano yung kailangan natin gawin compared to Adamson and UE na they're not even in the Final Four last season. So hindi natin alam how both teams will really play. It's either sobrang gigil or sobrang flat lang yan. So I'm not too sure on how kalmado, how relaxed, how pushy they will be. So, yun, medyo naman ako. Kahit sino makalaban natin sa kanila, I think we can beat both teams naman. For as long as we stay focused and seryosohin natin yung laro, that we won't goof around. We handled business the same thing we handled NU in last year's Final Four, where in the both elimination round games, medyo tight contest tayo with NU then, but pagdating na Final Four, we just stamped our class on NU and we won via a huge margin. So I'm hoping na ganun din yung trend na mangyayari sa Final Four regardless whether UE or Adamson yung makakalaban natin. To the next question, I think UE will lose to UP because just imagine gaano ang ingay ng UP community pag natalo sila ng UE. So, yeah. Not unless UE will play perfectly on that game. So, we'll see. I'm not saying now 0% chance ang UE to win, but all I'm saying is based on the form ni UE ngayon, I really don't see them taking that win over UP. And then Adamson to beat Ateneo. I know Ateneo has had Adamson's number back in the first round, pero I think kahit sabihin mo na mas relax ang Ateneo, Sa QPAV pa lang sila naglalaro ng maayos this season. And I don't think sa QPAV yung Ateneo Adamson game.
No.
So I do
Phil
think
Oil. Sa Phil Oil.
Phil Oil.
0-7
So I think,
sila dun.
diba? So I think Adamson stands a chance on this one given ano rin kaya feeling ko factor yan. That's why Adamson played flat last Saturday nung game nila against USD kasi at the back of their minds they feel like they still hold their faith Parang they just need to aware din naman ng Adamson na medyo mahihirapan ng UE na manalo sa UP. So they still control their fate kaya medyo kumbaga kahit sumala sila against UST may chance pa sila against Ateneo. So but Ateneo Adamson, it's a 50-50 affair. Ang ano ko lang talaga is that I think mas there's that extra push kay Adamson to win. So I think I'm giving them parang siguro 51-49 ako in favor of Adamson.
Mas malaki lang mas malaki lang ng 2 meters yung wingspan ba?
Yung bird nila mas malaki ng 2 meters.
Okay. I think 0-7 Ateneo sa Phil Oil kasi mahirap parking doon So I think yung energy na doon pumupunta. So sa game, wala na.
Ubus yung energy nila nakakarap ng parking.
Ubus na. Nakakaano na rin. Kakapark ng maayos. Brian, that brings us to the question. Possibly there could be a tiebreaker, diba? That will give us a longer if UE and Adamson tie to have a tiebreaker for that fourth spot. That'll give us probably another week off. So if the FIBA break for 2 weeks, another week off for the tiebreaker. Here comes the question of rest versus rust, diba? Are you concerned that this is too long a break for the Archers? Especially coming from a team who's playing well in the elimination round, diba? Top, we have momentum. I know stumble against NU, but you ideally like to keep that going. You don't want anything to break that flow or that momentum. Is this too long a break a concern for you?
It did, but then when we lost to NU, parang ang school of thought ko is maybe they need all the time they can get in the mind. Kasi alam naman natin physically they're well prepared. Pero yung mental regrouping siguro. I mean, hindi sa sobrang sama ng talo sa NU na it had consequences apart from ending the streak. It's more of now they have to reflect. Parang isipin mo meron ka ulit pre-season to the really short season now to the postseason. So meron tayong pre-post season if that makes sense. And I think they can use all the time. Tapos yun nga, if they can actually find scrimmages against teams na available, maybe NU ulit or a team in the NCAA, diba? I don't really know what they can do. Pero that's something that I'm reading in the situation na mas mental siya. So, yung rust factor mental din But if they come 100% ready in that game sa Final Four, regardless if it's Adamson or UE, yeah, they should not be in trouble, in my opinion.
Yeah. Gio, one of the best rest versus rust cases was we were the beneficiary. 2007, it was a step ladder, diba? We played USC played Ateneo, we played Ateneo. It was a virtual best of 3. Diba? 2 versus greater than 2007. Then we played UE, who swept the season, but they were off for 2 or 3 weeks waiting for their finals opponent. The thing is now is all teams will, and that was the case that everyone said that okay, too much rest is bad. But here this year we have all the teams resting. Might get an extra week off because of the playoff, because of a tiebreaker. But more or less all teams are on the level playing field in terms of rest versus rust. How do you see this playing out? Do you think it's an issue for LaSalle? Are you worried about it?
You know what? I think I was about to bring up the same point to you about this, that everyone has a level playing field and everybody knows that everybody comes into this knowing full well that there's a 2 to 3 week break, and I'm fairly certain that all these teams are using that to their advantage. That's the first one. The second one is we kind of we are probably the only team that doesn't know who we're playing against, whether that's a UE or an Adamson. But I think in both cases, we have a game plan for that, right? And that will make it easier for us. And number three, one of our biggest strengths as a team right now is our strength and conditioning. I'm sure Coach Migs and Coach Jello are salivating over the fact that the players can rest, that the players can do an extra set of workouts and build their fitness. So that's another thing. And of course, like we all know what happened to UE. But I think the other thing kasi that a lot of people also forget about that UE series was that when you play Ateneo or LaSalle during that time, those two are two completely different teams na hindi mo alam kung hindi mo alam how to prepare for both of them eh. Like you cannot prepare for Ateneo the same way you would prepare for LaSalle. I mean, pag Ateneo yung kalaban mo, 8 players agad yung kalaban mo on the court eh. Tapos konting tapit mo kay Chris Chu. Hulog na sila, di ba? Whereas playing LaSalle had all that emotion, had all of that emotion involved. So, am I worried about it? Not as much, but I think that being said, like we knew naman that this long break was coming eh. So planado to ng coaching staff, planado to ng school, and I'm sure we're taking it to our advantage. Plus, let's not forget, may ligang labas naman eh. Oh, may ligang labas naman eh. Oh, I mean, back in the day, bawal siya. Pero now it's allowed. So, katawagan niyo yung Benild. Wag ano kayo on the court. Kasi yung mangyayari doon is Benild lalamang ng 20 tapos habulin natin. Tapos sasabihin ni Coach Charles na bad win na naman ng Benild. Sorry, yung issue ko kay Benild they always build big leads and then they lose it. So, hopefully mutually beneficial for both.
Benild
nila yung lamang.
So hopefully it's mutually beneficial for both schools. I mean, makatabi lang naman sila, di ba?
Tama.
Yeah. Vic, why don't you give us some insight, helping with the Lady Archers, with the women's team? We know they'll do their strength and conditioning, they'll be doing their scrimmages, might play Benilde, might play whoever's there, could play Saints Co if we want to. Is there a difference between actual UAP game experience and those kinds of that you can't replicate compared to training and practices?
I think for example, if meron kang tune-up games, mas na yung game, it's more of maintaining your game rhythm. Yun eh. Yun yung hinahanap mo dun eh. Kung may mahaba kang break. For example, we mas normal siyang nangyayari sa MPBL. So, you get to play as much as possible. Meron kang laging tune-up games. Ang purpose lang nun is to hindi mawala yung in-game rhythm mo eh. Yun yung important dun eh. Kasi ang problem naman talaga, ba't ka nagkaka-rust? Kasi wala ka nakakalaban. The intra-squad scrimmage.
Yeah.
It doesn't help to a certain extent kasi tawag dito, kilala mo yung teammate mo yung kinakalaban mo lang eh. So mas maganda yung may nakakalaban ka talaga na from ibang team eh. So ang habol mo doon is yun nga yung in-game rhythm, yung execution ng plays nyo, timing on the court, yun yung mga important details doon na kailangan mo mag-gain eh. That's why you need to have those tune-up matches kung may mahaba kang break para hindi anti-rust measures yung mga ganon. So I think tawag dito, yun lang naman yung sagot doon. Para pagkadating mo ng actual game, syempre it's a different, whether it is an actual UAAP game or an actual MPBL game. It's a whole lot of a different game compared to tune-ups, but ang pinaka-important doon na takeaway is that hindi nawawala yung timing mo sa laro kasi yun yung medyo mahirap ibalik yun eh. Once you're from a long break, pag wala ka talaga sa timing, talagang wala ka sa timing. Walang sagot dyan, whether it be superstar ka or role player ka, medyo mahirap talaga siya hanapin.
Okay. All right. So let's see how that plays out. But first, we have the matter of the FIBA break. Like GS called it, the ultimate ligang labas. With this FIBA competition coming up. But before we discuss the ligang labas talk that has been going around the past couple of weeks, first, I'd like to thank our show sponsors. First, Blue Fire LPG for all your LPG needs for your business, canteens, cafeterias. Contact Blue Fire LPG. Actually, ano yung branch yun, Vic? Yung kailangan na i-contact? Maayos yung branch na yun eh. Greenwoods branch. Diba? Kahit Blue siya, Greenwoods branch pa rin. Kahit Blue Fire LPG.
Greenwoods pa.
So Blue Fire, the only blue that's right for you. And Sabi's Skincare, a chance to... This break is a chance to rejuvenate your skin, diba? Stress tayo sa NU, stress tayo sa UP, stress tayo sa PNAN, stress tayo sa UE. So rejuvenate your skin, so great looking skin, rejuvenate looking skin, ready in time for that Final Four, diba? So Sabi Skincare. Guys, let's talk about this ligang labas issue. Okay, I want to before we go into the current issue, I want to recap that we've been bitten by this bug before, right? If you remember 2015, Ben, while was serving his eligibility, couldn't play the next year because he was found out to be playing in a provincial league, which he says he didn't receive any compensation for. The UAP, in true UAP fashion, changed up its rules in 2023, 2022, if I remember correctly. Malik Diouf of UP played in an outside league, but the UP said that Ligang Labas was already allowed at that time, right? So there was no repercussions on his actions. Francis Lopez, also for UP in 2022, 2023, had signed a pro contract, technically like a Ligang Labas or a pro contract, but said since he was never compensated, if I remember the issue correctly, was not an issue, not affecting his eligibility, he's still in the UAP here today. Now, guys, last week after the FEU game, there was a report that Kevin played in a provincial league. Kevin Cambiao, KQ. It was reported by Spin. Timing was perfect right before the UP game. They were saying he was compensated over 200,000, which Kevin denied. So he was saying he was helping out, giving back favors to people who had supported him. The UAP clarified that there is no longer any rule with the Ligang Labas issue. That their teams are allowed to do it between the student and the school and their coaching staff to handle it. Before we break down the issue, guys, Vic first. When Spin released this article, was there a big question mark on the timing right before the UP game of bringing out this news?
Oo naman. Hindi naman tayo pinanganak kahapon.
Hindi naman. 2 years ago lang.
Hindi ho kami tanga. Excuse me lang. Hindi ho kami tanga sa ganyang bagay. It's we're used to those kinds of cywars as they call it, or I like to call it the destabilization measures. They try to do something to take us off our game. I mean, sorry dun sa kung sino man nagbabayad diyan, ano? Sanay ho kami sa ganyan kasi palagi kami nasa taas, bira kami nasa baba. So, we know how to play that kind of those kinds of games. Medyo sanay ho kami paano i-manage yung mga ganyang pinagagagawa ninyo. So, kung sa inyo, tigil nyo na yan kasi walang pupuntahan yung mga pinagagagawa ninyo. That's, ano siya talaga, the timing is really, really questionable, but I'm proud of our team na we kept our focus and we kept our focus on the task at hand, and hindi tayo nagpadala sa kung ano man yung mga ingay na mayroon sa labas.
Yeah. We understand that journalists have to run with certain stories even if they have a source. That's how the game goes, diba? They have a source, they bring it out in the open. But yeah, the question of the big question timing, you could see that there were probably motives behind why this information was released, diba? Brian, what did you make of this Ligang Labas issue when it started coming out? Were you worried about it? Were you affected by the talk about KQ, it being a distraction? Because we knew eligibility-wise, he was safe diba? But do you think it was an issue?
Maganda yung pagkakasagot ni Kevin dito after the UP game. That's actually what I was thinking. Parang ang magiging pangit lang to sa team if hayaan nila magkaroon ng weight yung opinion ng mga tao na wala naman silang pake or hindi naman nila kilala in the first place. But shout out also to Kevin kasi before that interview, papunta sa press con, sabi niya nakikinig siya sa atin. So, hopefully Kevin,
thank you KQ.
You're spending time listening to us. But yun, sabi niya na parang hindi natin makakontrol what people would say or think about kung nire-risk ba niya yung sarili niya through injury kung sakaling dahil sa exposure niya sa ligang labas. Parang at the end of the day, ang ginamit niyang word dun is use sabi sa kanila ng coaching staff is use your best judgment. And si Kevin naman, kahit bata pa siya, he thinks maturely. So I think the coaches have a lot of faith in him. And hindi lang sa kanya, I think the coaches have a lot of faith in everyone in the team. And that's what they like, and that's what we see on the court. And even if may mga mali sila, it's not taken against them. And I guess that's what makes the system work. Ganun na lang. As far as the news goes, parang yun pag binigyan natin ng weight, yung ganyang news, I mean, it's valid na magkaroon ng weight, pero paano ba natin isa-set yung direction ng weight na yan? For me, yun lang yung usapan Oo, may risk, but then alam naman na nila yung risk, may blessing naman. So, leave it at that. I mean, even itong Gilas ni Kelvin Cambao also brings a risk, diba? So, what's the difference? Sabihin nila, duty bound siya by the flag or by the national team representation. In terms of playing time, it's all the same. Basta hindi conflict yung games and yung focus naman ni Kevin pag Lasal games, it's there. You can see it in how we move. Walang issue doon. Siguro magiging issue siya sa atin if suddenly bumaba yung level of focus niya for us. Then I think the coaches, the management will tell him off lang about it. But I don't think we have seen that from him throughout the season, even in his off games. So, yun nga, pakit lang siguro yung timing.
It's really up to Coach Topex and how he manages it, diba? Remember when Phil Jackson, he's a pros coaching, he would apply different standards to different players based on what you can deliver on the court, diba? So, some players he would reel in, si Rodman, or si Jordan, he would allow them to do their own thing and party or gamble or whatever, go to the casino. So, there's certain psychological approaches to give trust to players in certain situations. It pays off on the court because I earned this trust, diba? So I have to deliver on the court, diba? It can work that way, But Gio, the LaSalle community has been very supportive of KQ during this issue. And the talk of distractions is, remember the naked truth when a few years back when Jeron and AVO walked out in the 10 years ago na ba yun? Naka-brief lang sila. One of the biggest issues that time was we weren't playing well, diba? We were struggling that season, and there was a bigger issue. It was ultimately a distraction. But Gio, for you, do you think if we weren't number one, if we weren't playing as well as we are, do you think there would be a bigger backlash towards Kevin? Do you think people will be asking, you have to reel him in more, stay closer to the team? What do you think? Do you think it'd be a different conversation?
That's a good question. But before I answer that, gusto ko lang sabihin na yung naked truth ay ang tunay na ligang labas.
kung ano kasi nakakalabas doon
Labas talaga. Labas na labas.
Ano nakalabas?
Yun ang tunay ibang ligang labas. Anyway.
Labas, diba?
But wala si Willie.
Patay ang Willie. Gatong yan.
Okay. So I think to answer your question, I think if we did not secure the twice to beat, it would be a bigger issue. Like within at least probably within the community. I also think for that matter, and I'm not being critical of anyone in this statement, I also think for that matter, if it were any other player apart from KQ, it would be a bigger issue. Mostly because like we know naman the gravity KQ brings in the basketball court, how good Kevin is, and let's face it, one of the things I absolutely adore about Kevin Cambao, by the way, because you are watching us and na-confirm na ni Brian to, I am now reducing my requirement from 4 years to 3 years. So you get what you wish, KQ. 3 years na siya.
Yeah, 3
But
years.
I think,
3 championships, no? For those who are
uh,
listening, 3 championships for the
uh,
Sal, and he can
uh,
go do what he wants, right? All right.
then he can,
Go.
and then he gets his jersey retired. Okay, but
Yeah.
I think the one of the things I absolutely adore kasi about Kevin Kiambao is that he just loves basketball so much, eh. And even outside of the season, everything he does is towards becoming a better player.
Yeah.
And he is so single-minded with that goal na we should let him do whatever he wants in that sense. Kasi at the end of the day, hindi naman siya yung I'm not talking about any other player here, but hindi naman siya yung tipong player na coach lalabas lang ako, gimmick lang ako with my friends. Hindi siya ganun eh. He's really the type who will do everything to become a better basketball player eh. So
Yeah.
I would completely trust him there. Now if
Yeah.
we're not gonna make the
and
final four,
to add to that, Gio, and I think KQ, it's clear KQ's priority is the championship, eh. Diba?
yes,
That's his number
yes,
one goal. So I think even if we weren't doing as well as you were saying, I think even KQ himself, knowing the mature players, would even reel himself in that, okay, I gotta
exactly.
lock in with the team, eh. It could be that scenario we're in, eh. Sorry, go ahead.
Exactly. That's actually where I was getting into it. I also think that what I liked about this entire episode was to show how locked in that they all were to this. Number 2, how they were hyper aware that people were talking about this and used it as fuel. Alam mo yon?
Yeah.
Hindi sila pumasok and said, ayan kasi, alam mo yun yung medyo passive-aggressive na Pinoy na sasabihin, ayan kasi, yung usapan ligang labas, nananalo naman kami. You know, that's a typical passive-aggressive behavior.
Yeah, I
that
like the
some
approach.
Pinoys
Yeah.
would do it. So, sila, they just come into the press conference and say, mabilisan nga, may ligang labas pa to. Alam mo yun, they take it in a bit of stride. They're enjoying
That's the right
conversation.
approach.
Oo. So, all in all, I think it just shows the mentality of this team that they are extremely locked in to win another championship. And to your point, Kiko, like, if we were playing well, they would decide na sila na mismo hindi nalalaro sa labas.
Yeah.
So, alam mo yun. So, I trust what they're doing.
Okay. Now come to the Ligang Labas, Vic. Let's do a little of, we can all do a little bit of role play here. Not the role play that Willie likes, diba? Different kind of role play, diba? Walang student teacher, walang French maid dito. If you were in the UAP board,
Okay.
example, consultant, kasi we've had so many changes of Ligang Labas, eh, diba? Changing this rule, ito pala pwede, ito pwede. If you had a choice, what would your rule on Ligang Labas be? Would you allow it during the season? Would you not allow it at all? What do you think is the best for the league?
Sa akin, hayaan sila. Kasi regardless, ako I've been watching also Ligang Labas din dito sa barangay namin. Kasi may mga naahatak-hatak din ng mga naglalaro dyan eh.
Pinoy culture yun eh, no? Ganun
Oo,
Pinoy.
Nakakatulong talaga, tumitibay ka eh. Kasi nakakalaro ka ng mga matatanda sa'yo, mas pagkulang sa'yo. Nakakatulong din talaga siya eh. Pero siguro nasa sa rules nyo na talaga yan as a team. Anong nyo, kung papayagan nyo ba during the season or not, or during off season. It's really up to the team na to but definitely, or pwede rin naman siguro isali ng sumali tayo as a team kung meron talagang ligan labas na ganyan para at least hindi lang isang player siguro nagbe-benefit, baka lahat pwede mag-benefit, no, by joining on those kinds of leagues. But then looking at yung calendar natin for the past how many seasons, medyo full din naman na tayo, kumbaga batak na batak din tayo sa laro pag pre-season eh. So alam mo yun, extra work na lang din talaga to skills-wise sa mga players natin na to improve their individual skills eh. Kasi sa akin nakakatulong naman talaga. So I would stick into it na just let the teams man their ranks. Kasi ang pangit sa dating rule na naging witch hunt activity siya eh. Na up to a certain point na may kumukuha ng video, parang may hidden camera sa mga ligan labas. Kasi nag-aantay lang ng pagkakataon na, uy, scoop to, UAP player, bawal to sa kanila. So may take ng mga videos for evidence. So alam mo yun, ang pangit ng tignan kasi
Then, yeah.
para ka na naghahanap ng mali na lang rather than
Then,
just let them be. Diba?
nagiging gray area rin, Vic, na did he receive compensation?
Yan,
diba?
isa
Ang
pa
hirap
yan.
i-track nun eh. How do you monitor
Kasi-
that? Oo.
Kasi ang hirap. Kasi most of the time sa ligan labas, cash yan binibigay.
Yeah.
Hindi ko, baka may mga viewers tayo or pangato listeners na pwede mag-share. Baka may mga experiences din sa ligang labas, especially sa mga kani-kanilang lugar, no? Whether it be here in Metro Manila or in the provinces. Ako kasi sa mga, parang ano siya alam ko talaga straight cash binibigay yan. Minsan naka-envelope pa nga yan pagka inaabot eh. Naka-envelope yan. So, ang hirap i-prove na may money trail. So if you do the investigation, medyo mahirap i-prove na may nagkakabayaran talaga na nangyayari kasi pwede may tangi kasi anong trace kahit sabihin mo anong trace mo na I got paid so and so this amount playing on this ligang labas kasi wala nga ang hirap i-trace ng mga bayaran.
Okay. How about you, Brian? If you were the UAP, or they would consult you, Brian, how should we approach this liging labas rule?
I would also side na wala ka ng controls, as in let the players, coaching staff take the risk. Kasi yun nga, mag-expend ka pa ng energy over something na at the end of the day, it also helps your players. Parang it also helps their craft. So instead of inhibiting that, kung kunwari ma-injure sila or mapahamak sila, I mean, siguro yun yung iniwasan ng UAP to an extent. But that's what they would decide upon themselves naman yung people who would choose to involve them. Babawasan yan sa isipin mong concerns. Mag-devote ka na lang ng energy mo sa ibang matters na kailangan.
Let me throw you a curveball, Bri, here. Diba? Pedro Martinez, okay? Let me throw you a curveball here. UAP during the season, diba? Nag-allow players magligang labas. May lumabas na video sa ligang labas. The UAP player who was playing ang ligang labas, pagsuntukan, it was on video, nagkagulo. Because it happened during the UAP season and it was a big issue. Does the UAP have jurisdiction to suspend that player? It affects the league, di ba? Kasi nasiraan. Pero ito during the season nangyari, but it didn't happen during UAP premises. But it was a big issue that UAP... That's one of the risks that the UAP protects themselves from by not allowing ligang labas. But since we're opening it up, how should the UAP handle those kinds of situations?
Well, yun nga, given na hindi nangyari yan sa premises nila, they couldn't really get directly involved eh. Siguro what would happen is they will privately talk to these people and say na if this happens again, we will revisit our rules. But they cannot directly punish anyone involved in altercations or untoward incidents. Kasi yun yung mahirap eh. By getting rid of control, syempre, you also relinquish yung yung right
risk.
to sanction.
Risk. That risk factor rin. Yun nga. Or like Vic said, it could be an internal issue. It could be up to the school to suspend that player for the UAP, di ba? Kailangan. But I don't trust all schools to do that. Di ba? Yun ang mangyayari. For sure. How about you, Gio? To close today's discussion, how would you handle the UAP's ligang labas rules?
I think LaSalle is handling it the right way. You know, like I really wouldn't change anything for that matter. I would imagine, and knowing our UAP board reps, very consultative, etc. I am 100% sure na before we do anything, text yan. May rule ba may direct rebo, may rule ba tayo na hindi to pwede? I'm sure they're very careful about these things and they're handling it the right way possible because obviously, right, like it's a new age now eh. Like people like maybe 10, 20 years ago it was not like that, but now like the players are better. They really need their outside. We need to keep them happy, So the way LaSalle has handled it, I think, is the correct move. And we are winning. Things are going well. Um, at the end of the day, once you're winning, kasi players are happy or confident. They feel like they can do whatever they want. But if you tighten the rules in a winning culture, ibang usapan yun eh. So I think the school is making the right judgments based on the players, based on what they see, etc. Now, let's dial it up. Let's dial it back a bit, right? If we talk about the 2016, 2017, 2018 team, feeling ko hindi nila gagawin to eh, even if we were number one. Like,
Yeah.
I just because of the setup and maybe some of the players on the team as well, or maybe even back then. So they're making those judgment calls based on the pieces that they have today, and I don't think we should. I think they're doing it the best as they can, and we trust that they are doing it the best that they can.
All right. Thanks, guys. Thanks, Ishu. So, let's see if the UAP, you never know the UAP, they tend to adjust the rules based on situations. So, let's see if this will change in the future. So, that's it for today's episode, guys. Speaking of leading labas, let's watch out. As we said, si Mason Amos and Kevin Cambial play for Gilas Pilipinas in the upcoming FIBA Asia qualifiers. We'll be talking about their performance here on this show as well. So, as we play that ultimate leading labas, let's see how they do as we present. Naka-blue lang nga sila, but let's see how they do for the country, unfortunately. Stay tuned, guys, for our next episode as well. So please subscribe to our YouTube and Spotify. We'll be talking about performances, about the Final Four scenario, our opponent, how that plays out. We'll also be talking about the cheer dance competition next weekend.
Yes.
So
we are?
Yep. Yeah.
Pero
So
as
you know, guys,
ng cheer dance, baka may special guest na dapat na galing
Yung
Animus
pyramid. O kaya yung toss.
Yeah.
Kasi guys, we're not mga technical na kasi yung toss hindi malinis. May mga ganun, may mga ganung insights. Grabe.
Yeah. We're not a basketball podcast, guys. We're a LaSalle fans podcast. We're a LaSalle first, not basketball first podcast. We talk about all LaSalle sports, and that includes the cheer dance. So, it'll be great, exciting time. Looking forward to performance. We don't believe, and yes, upcoming Second Sense Sports, the volleyball, the ladies spikers as well. So, really, as I said, guys, really enjoy your engagement. Say we're not a basketball podcast, we're a LaSalle first podcast, talking about LaSalle sports and LaSalle fans. So, guys, stay tuned for the next episode. Thank you for listening. Back of Gio, Brian, Vic. Let's see how the UAP Final Four plays out. Let's watch for the other LaSalle teams performing this week. Stay safe from the storm. Ganun ka sa Ateneo, di ba? They just win one. Apat na yung bagyo dumating in November, di ba? So, please stay safe from ganun kalakas yung hangin, di ba? So, they cannot be champions ever again. So, thank you guys for listening. Subscribe to our YouTube and Spotify. Thank you for the Quiver. And as we always say, guys,
Animo.
LaSalle.